besties, how are you? I have missed you. I am so excited to catch you up on all things on my last week. Definitely doing a kitten update. Can't wait to talk about things I've cooked, new projects we're working on, and something that I cannot get out of my head. But first, let's see what cocktail Thomas is making for me today. Hey, Thomas!
Thanks, Chef. All right, so today's drink is gonna be a more stout drink for those rainy days. We have a añejo sour. So what we're gonna do is take our best tequila that we have in the house. In this particular situation, I have Grand Mayan. This is an extra añejo tequila. It's been aged, I guess, about 3 to 5 years in oak barrels. And we're going to make a delicious sour cocktail with our tequila. First things first, we're gonna take about 1 ounce of lemon juice. Now our lemons are kind of big now, at least at the store where I go to, so that's gonna be about a half a lemon to get that 1 ounce of lemon juice. We're gonna take a honey thyme syrup. So what I did was took the normal honey that you have probably sitting in the back of your cabinet, a little bit of water, boil that thing down. So we're talking maybe half of that bottle. You know the bear bottle, like the honey with the bear on it? That's honey I use. So pour about half that bottle into a saucer, a little bit of water, and thyme. This fun stuff right here. I let that simmer for, I don't know, until it was aromatic, about 7 to 10 minutes. Let it cool down, transfer to our vessel. So this is gonna be the sweetening agent for our drink. We have our lemon juice, our ounce of lemon juice. We're gonna do about 3/4 ounce of our honey thyme syrup. After that, we are going to take a raw egg. Don't be scared because we're about to dry shake this egg with alcohol. So we pasteurize, we'll be good to go. No E. coli, salmonella. I guess we're afraid of COVID now, so none of that either. We're gonna take our egg and just get the egg white. A little bit of egg white, a little bit of eggshell. All right. And then we're gonna take 2 ounces of our delicious tequila. And what we're gonna do first is a 2-part process. We're gonna dry shake our drink first, sans ice. This will allow the egg to froth up inside the shaker tin. And be careful, this thing will explode if you don't hold this nice and tight, if that seal doesn't seal up nice and tight. So shake it up first to emulsify that egg, get that nice foam. I don't know if you can see that in there. Now we're gonna add our ice. And we're gonna ice down our glass. We're gonna give it a nice 7-second shake, hard as you can. Pour out this drink. Pour our sour. So now we have that nice frothy top. And last thing, you want to, since we did use egg white, you want to make sure that we garnish this with a nice lemon or orange zest, because the aroma of egg white, some people can catch it, some people can't, but to give your drink that, to take that aroma away, to take that egg white smell away when you bring it up to your lips to drink, let's just zest this with a little orange peel. And there you have it.
Yay!
All right. Thanks, Chef.
Thank you, Thomas. That looks delicious. Hi, besties. How are you guys? I miss you all so much. And I sort of just wanted to give you an update on the week that we've had here at the Black household. It has been insane. First of all, I don't know if you can hear them, but we have the baby kittens and their mom are in my office right here. They decided they wanted to make a cameo. So they're all next to me sleeping and mom is walking around. So you may or may not see her. We are now a week with them. I believe Mama Beck has named the first one Boris, and we're hoping that she is going to take him home and make her part of the Mama Beck clan. So we shall see. I am sad. I was thinking about you guys all week, and I really started to think about the restaurant business and all of my staff and my guests, and I miss you. I miss everybody. And Nathan and I had to go out this week. We had to. It was an essential. And we were in an area of Dallas that we were in very frequently, or used to be in very frequently, and it was empty. And there was restaurants who I know, the restaurateurs, and they're out there like what used to be big restaurants or what used to be crowded restaurants are now, Mama is over here telling me to pay attention to those babies. What were crowded restaurants and what were, restaurants are always packed or busy. Now the restaurateur is there by himself trying to sell what he can or what she can, or you see chefs out there that you know well. And, it just made me so sad. Like hotels I used to work in, I drove past one and it was empty. And I feel like, just like everybody else, like I have good days and I have bad days, but I really, really felt the sense of loss and the mortality of our business. But it also, I don't know that everybody talks about it because restaurants aren't always the most glamorous places, but there's a real camaraderie and a sense of family. And, as much as our guests need the food and us, we need our guests. I miss hearing everyone's update. I miss seeing what's going on. I miss showing them new wines or a new cocktail or like feeding them a dish that I'm working on in my head. Like I miss all of it, and I need them. I need them, and we need each other. And I just want to send a big shout out and a big hug, big pink hug to everybody in the service industry. And I'm not just talking about restaurants and hotels and bars, but I'm thinking about like the nail, hair and nails and, people that do essential things for us. I've learned through this quarantine that we all need each other. Like every one of us is an essential to each other. And I understand right now that that's not possible, but I just wanted to sort of give a shout out to my people and our business and everyone that works in any sort of service. And, what we offer is very, very important and is very, very necessary, not only for your well-being, but for ours. And we need our guests and clients just as much as they need us. So hang in there and stay strong, and we will get through this together and we will move on and hopefully get back to a place where we feel somewhat normal and, somewhat excited again. With that being said, I think that there's also a lot of mental health issues going on right now and trying to keep things, stay sane. And I think like in our house, there's a lot of anxiety about going out and, we're having a lot of trouble sleeping and stuff like that. So at 4 a.m, 2 nights ago, Nathan was up watching some show on I guess it was on Netflix. I don't know. And the guy is like in Italy and he's eating. So at 4 a.m, Nathan and I decided to order a cheese plate from a great cheese store here in town called Scardello. I mean, we couldn't pick it up at 4 a.m, but we decided to order this cheese plate at 4 a.m and go pick it up the next day. No, that was not the essential errand we had to run, but I did appreciate the fact that like we were exhausted, totally sleep deprived. We're watching this crazy show, and at 4 a.m, we decided to go and buy a cheese tray. I'm not gonna lie, it was the best cheese tray I've ever had. And the coolest thing about it was I got to talk to the owner who is there by himself doing everything. So I don't know if that was just the day he was there or whatever, but he was there and we got to very socially distance apart. But I did get to talk to him and send him my wishes and thank him for staying open. And he was very honest. He said, I didn't know what I was going to do and I think I did the best. And God bless. I'm sure he did. And I'm not going to lie, in a very selfish way, I'm extremely grateful for him and his cheese shop. We'd always supported him. And now, I don't know, next 4 a.m. we might be at that cheese shop. Things are all sad and depressing, and they're not, because you still have to find your happiness and your pink lining in those dark clouds. And I cannot express this in any other way except to say that Nathan and I were mooned by a homeless man. This, I cannot make it up. There may or may not be pictures, but Nathan and I are waiting to get on the freeway in Dallas, and a homeless man mooned us. Now, why were we the fortunate beneficiaries of the mooning? Don't know. I did not know this man. We didn't, say anything to him. Our windows were up, but he just turned around and mooned us. And I gotta tell you, if that's not a pink lining in quarantine hell, I don't know what is. I may or may not have said it to all my girls at Xavier. I may or may not have said it to all my friends, but he full on mooned us. So I feel like that is definitely the silver lining in the crazy train that is quarantine, is being made by a homeless man. Who could say that? And next time I play a game of I Never, I'm drinking on that one. I also, in the midst of all of this, because people are anxious, and my husband is one of them, and he is, it's stressful, right? It's like we're all stuck together, and we enjoy being stuck together, but it's also he needs an outlet for things. And so we figured out, and it's been the greatest gift, is he has started a greenhouse. And not only did he just decide to do this, we've had gardens before, but he didn't always think that it worked out so well because, creatures get in and the weather and stuff like this. So Nathan built a greenhouse. It is absolutely beautiful. And he has started planting all these fruits and vegetables. And as chefs, that is the coolest thing, because we literally get to see things go from seedlings to fruit or plants to vegetables. And it is the absolute coolest thing. And I was thinking about all of my besties out there, and I was like, this is freaking cool. It is a great way, in case you don't have feral kittens to take care of, or they don't land on your doorstep, starting a garden. Yes, I am here for all of that. It is so therapeutic. You're crushing it, as far as food goes. Making food from scratch, and it's all organic. You're the only one touching it. And it really is a fabulous family project to watch it go from nothing to your dinner table. And I absolutely love it. And I was thinking about all of y'all. If you have your garden, I would love to see pictures of it. And if you already do this, or if you have tips for gardening or greenhouse, Nathan is a pro at it, and he's such a perfectionist. It's so beautiful out there. So we have a compost pile and a greenhouse now, and it's absolutely wonderful. We woke up the other day and there was 2 cats playing in the greenhouse. So he's going to have to close the door, but it's very, very cool to see. And it's so, like I said, therapeutic or cathartic. I don't know. And the fact that I think right now we all are looking for something that we can control. And I feel like that is a total way to control things, right? You grow it, you nurture it, you love on it, and then it's yours and you take care of it. So I highly recommend that if you don't already have a garden, and maybe y'all all do, and I'm just new, I'm late to the party, but I absolutely am obsessed with it. And I sit out in the garden and listen to sports talk radio, and he gardens, and we chat, and I drink wine, and he smokes a cigar, and it's just awesome. So I highly recommend that as a just as a moment for some, I don't know, just something fun and different, and definitely that everyone can be a part of. Another thing, and I know that we stated this just because there's 2 chefs in the house, and people ask me this all the time. They ask us, do we cook at home, and who does the cooking? And the answer is yes, we cook at home. We've always cooked at home Not just, pre-quarantine when we had our normal lives. Like we cooked at home all the time. We cooked 5 nights a week. Fridays and Saturdays we didn't because those were tough days. But I do for the most part. I do the majority of the cooking, which Nathan loves, and I feel like that's a great way to show somebody you love them is by cooking for them, giving them a meal. And we're getting very creative because I don't want to just give them the same thing. But yesterday morning, I made him a frittata, and a frittata is just really a fancy word for baked eggs. But the coolest thing, and I was thinking about this for tips and tricks out there, it is a great way to take the leftovers from the night before and turn into breakfast the next day for the family. So the night before we had kielbasa and some mushrooms. So what I did was I chopped up the kielbasa, I chopped up the mushrooms, I added some onion and jalapenos because Nathan loves jalapenos and we love onions too and everything. Mix it all together, put it in one pan, then threw the eggs in there so you didn't have to waste a bunch of pans, and put it in the oven, finished it with some cheese. It took about 30 minutes. We wasted no food. We got to use everything up, and it was absolutely so fun. And he got to wake up to the smell of cooking and coffee, and I think it started his day great. And it's just a way to say, I love you and I'm thinking about you. So there is a cooking tip for you out there. Frittatas, baked eggs, whatever you got left over, put them in there. And finally, I just wanted to say that everyone is affected with this quarantine. I just got a call from the photographer for my wedding. And as you guys know, I got married in October. And I've been waiting for my wedding album. I mean, I realized in the scope of life, this is not, life or death. And so I didn't even think about it. And there was a big delay on my wedding book and I couldn't figure out why. And I found out that my wedding book is coming from Italy. The album is being made in Italy. And so, of course, it's not like, can you come out of quarantine to do my wedding album? But I just got good news that it is now in process and it's being worked on. And I'm very excited because that means that some people somewhere are going back to work and that maybe a little bit, just a little, we're going to feel a little sense of normalcy. And I just wanted to say thank you to people that are out there working, especially all of the healthcare workers. I have several friends in the healthcare industry, and we are all so grateful and are blessed, and just you're absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to catch up with you guys. We have a lot of fun episodes coming up. I can't even believe my friends. They're freaking nuts. And I love every single one of you. And I love every single one of them. And I'm so excited to share with you. And remember, we're here for you. If you need to find me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, or send me an email at chefblytheblack@gmail.com. And if anybody is looking to adopt some feral kittens, let a sister know. Y'all take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.